Ladies and gentlemen, hello there, my friends. It is I, Jim, also known as Brickoligist Animations, and today we will be celebrating my 3-year anniversary on YouTube. So, buckle up, guys, because it's going to be a wild ride as I not only tackle my 3-year anniversary on YouTube, but also have a few guests along the way and talk with them about stuff like the new Avengers saga, Sonic TLSMS, the amateur animators, movies, and far, far more. So, yeah, let's get ready as we're looking forward. And I will be waiting till most of my amateur animators pop up in the chat, but I can see already that one of my friends is up. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cheesy Eggs. Hello, Cheesy. Oh, and well, he hasn't exactly said anything yet, so let me introduce you to the second amateur animator and the second guest, the Really Rizzler himself, the real hamburger.
Yeah. Oh, wait, could you hear me that time? Oh, I didn't. Hello.
Yep, I think I'll have to rejoin.
Why is there two of me? What? Can
I
you
don't
kick the other
know.
me? There's two.
Yeah, don't worry. But ladies and gentlemen, it's probably my two best friends, the real hamburger and cheesy eggs.
Yo,
So
Bly, what
Hello.
up? What up? What's happening, Brickoligist gang?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's crazy.
Been
It's like a
3 years.
call, but streamed. Whoa.
yeah. Yeah, it's I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I've been doing it. I think at least a year longer than both of my friends have, or well, I don't think it's fair to say I've been doing YouTube longer. For you had a channel, you had a gaming channel, didn't you? At one point, cheesy, and you had Reckoning as well, Ridian.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
I did.
just a message to everyone. Read Reckoning is still up. I'll put a link to it in
No, no, no,
chat
no, no, no,
later.
no, 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 no! Don't you dare! Don't you dare go look at that. There is a reason
Uh,
we keep that in the past. I am now the real hamburger. There's a reason
well,
for that.
well, well, well yeah, calm down. Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
Let's
I'm
see if
not
I
trying to
can find
ruin
it.
the birthday present.
Anyway, what I was going to say is that I do believe that I'm the amateur animator on the longest YouTube running YouTube channel, though. So
Mm.
yeah, I think there's no better way to start the birthday bash, lads, is explain my story about how I started YouTube or how I started on Brickologist animations in the first place.
Yeah,
All right, so to set the scene for you, my friends, it is let's say it's December 2021,
yeah.
and it's 4 years since I was banned or kicked out of my old Silver Centurion content YouTube account, which was my first YouTube channel, and I didn't even get to spend half a year on it, so I'm still quite upset about that. But I don't want to dawdle on that all day. So basically, I thought, I had a bit of a gamer phase, let's say, kind of from September 2021 to November 2021. Like, I played and completed a huge amount of games. But what happened in December is that I completed all of them, and there wasn't really anything for me to do. Like, I couldn't do anything with my siblings because they were always busy. I like I had already said the games were played, and I wasn't doing sports at the time, so I literally I had nothing else to do. So I kind of ended up going back to animation, and the first stop motion I did, which really hamburger. I think someone's after putting a Rude Reckoning link.
Oh, oh.
This-
Uh-oh, what's happened?
I was interrupted on my long monologue when someone posted a Read Reckoning link.
Yeah, I wonder who was
No,
that.
no,
Must have been
no.
George. Must have been George.
Yeah, George is so annoying, like Alex, isn't he? Like he just does that
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Well, oh, I'm
Who's
very
this?
worried what you're gonna
Who's
say.
this fella in the chat saying ooh woo?
That's his brother.
That's my sister, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
What up?
I read it as
What up?
Elias.
What up,
It-
Mario Plush Manic? I'm gonna let's do a quick shout out to everyone in chat.
lads,
Can get a double chunk chocolate cookie. Okay. Sorry,
okay.
continue.
So, lads, what I was saying basically is that I was kind of driven back into stop motion because I had nothing else to do, and the first video which I remade as Silver Centurion content, I still had that identity at the time, was Shang-Chi Criminal Invasion, which that stop motion is up on YouTube for anyone who wants to watch it. Like, but basically that was kind of it was just simultaneously a return to stop motion, but as well kind of a new formatting for the new Avengers saga. And if I'm to explain one groundbreaking fact at the time for you, Shang-Chi Criminal Invasion was the first stop motion. It was kind of the point I said that all my stop motions will be 12 FPS from now on. And I've kind of never looked back on that, which is
Fair
probably
enough.
better for quality reasons, as my other two filmmakers themselves would know, especially. Like, am I right, lads?
You
I
are
mean,
right. Yeah.
yeah. The thing is, everything I do, it's recorded at 30 FPS apart from your stuff. But I end up just. I think it's easy. It's easier to output it at 30 FPS because YouTube system can be a bit funny with that. So I always export it
Yeah.
at 30. That's what I'd recommend.
Yeah, I mean, when I animate with my frame rates, I do 12 just because it's easier and it means it's less frames to use as well. So
Yeah.
it's a
Something
balance,
else is
I'd say.
happening in the chat. Oh, speaking of early
Well, hold on
Silver
a second.
Centurion content,
Can I finish
there's
my?
no
I want to finish
Oh,
my conversation.
that is finished in origin story.
We'll get into that older stuff once I'm done. So there was that anyway, and yeah, I was like, I enjoyed the animation making again, and I made a few stop motion, and then on I think it was February the 21st, 2022, I uploaded channel trailer, and it was basically Silver Centurion content's like reintroduction essentially, because I was still Silver Centurion content, or I wanted to be known as that at the time. So that is how I kind of started on YouTube. But the important other note I will say is that on a few months later, I'd eventually switch over to my current identity, Brickoligist Animations, under a channel profile picture, which was a magnifying glass in front of a brick, and yeah, that was nearly the first change of Brickologist Animations. But as for the modern one logo you know today, it's basically my sig fig, and yeah, that's kind of how Brickologist Animations came to be those 3 years ago.
Mm. That was a very peak backstory, I will say.
Okay. So I've got a few things to add to this. I haven't been prepared to
No, no,
speak.
cheesy. I will say, I'm not sure you properly understand the story now. Being honest with you,
What story?
I think. Oh,
yeah,
are you going to add
there
the bit where
is.
you met us?
I,
Yeah.
the only thing, lads, the only thing about that, like, I kind of met these two lads when I was
Oh,
deeply.
can I tell this part? Can I tell this part, please? Please, let me tell this part.
what is this, Pat? What is because like you know what you wouldn't exactly know my full story. Like I still haven't told you a lot about where I originated on YouTube and a lot of the stuff I had planned. Like
I thought we were getting to the bit where it was like how we all met, but like now you can do that bit. That's chill.
yeah, it's it is that is another interesting part, lads. That that they funny enough these two friends reminded me of here, but yeah, how I met probably my two greatest friends on the server. I hold on a second there. I think I
I think
think another one of our friends may be coming, and that friend just so happens to be the next amateur animator, George. But
oh
in the
yeah, we never
meantime,
officially announced that, did we?
I yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know what, lads? That's something that's for something when he comes on, and we will introduce him after we've done all the backstory monologuing.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. But yeah, if I'm to explain how I met these two lads, so it's an interesting time for brickologist animations. You could put it like I'd say, I'd a great period of success from kind of October all the way through to November and kind of to the end of December, where I kind of finished it all up with New Avengers 3. And like lads, I had all of those stop motions made, and yeah, the channel was doing well enough now, I'll say, like, and yeah, I was just I kind of I'm not sure I told a lot of you guys this at the time, but I went on the social media platform Discord, and I was originally to join a bunch of Minecraft YouTuber servers, believe it or not, but I ended up leaving them because I got no value out of them, and I only used Discord then if I wanted to text one of my friends, Fisame80, who you'll know as who you'll know as playing Nick Fury in the New Avengers Saga and Doctor Eggman in TLSMS. But yeah, then what happened was one night on another social media platform I had at the time, Reddit. I was checking out the Shaun the Sheep server, and lo and behold, Cheesy X, or I can't remember what your Reddit
Wallace and
username.
Gromit, lad. It was Wallace and Gromit, lad.
Wasn't Gromit, lad. Oh, I
What
remember
Wallace and
that.
Gromit says, yeah, yeah. He posted a link on the Reddit to look for the lost Shaun the Sheep pilot, and while it's not, I wouldn't say it is essentially important to the story. Like, and to give you a bit of context, I joined the server because I'm a Shaun the Sheep fan, as some of you may know, and yeah, I had a conversation with Wallace and Gromit lad, as Cheesy was known at the time, and a few other people like, but it was fairly nothing, you know. And I will say I didn't really do anything on the server, but I think there was one key action which on my part it truly changed it all. I remember one night I was at a family dinner, and I can picture, you know, like picture me, lads, that I'm bursted after this mighty fine meal. So I'm just scrolling on Discord trying to see stuff, and I decided to post the Shaun the Sheep meme in the in the server, and Cheesy laughs at that, or he reacts a skull emoji, I think, and then he posts a link to Stop Motion Universe, it's called, which, because I was a stop motion fan and as well it was Shaun the Sheep, it was yeah, it intrigued me, and I instantly took the opportunity by the scruff of the neck, and I joined the server. Let me tell you, lads, I had so much dedication. Like, when I saw Shaun the Sheep was up for a voice acting role, I instantly took it. I auditioned in the bathroom of the restaurant, and tell them
Did
what
you
happened.
actually? Is that when you did it?
Yes,
Also, George is waiting to be let on.
George is. This is the first time I'm hearing of this. Wait, what?
Well, yeah, like I said, lads, these two who would be my closest friends don't even know a lot of the story of where I came from. So yeah, that's even groundbreaking to them, lads. So you're not alone, any of my viewers here, but yeah, and because of how good my Shaun the Sheep audition was, that's which is debatable now, honestly, is the first person cast, which and I kind of formed, let's say, a close enough relationship, I'd say, or a business relationship, I'd say, with Cheesy from there. Would I be right, Cheesy? I'll explain your part next, Hamburger.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of agree. We had a cool occasion to discuss the project because you were sort of you help with ideas, but it wasn't like a friendship. Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
Also, can you let George in, bro? Let him in. Let this guy in. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No,
I just want to explain. I think I'll explain Hamburger's story, and then I'll explain. We'll talk to George about his new role, and yeah. So okay, for the Riddler, as we know him, my friends.
yeah.
I was he was like myself, but instead of joining from Reddit, he joined from TikTok, I think, where he was Peter the Plant. And
Oh,
if
yeah.
you guys don't know, Peter the Plant is two absolutely fire movies. And if you want to go check him out, you can check him out on the official Peter the Plant account or the amateur animators.
We
channel.
haven't officially announced the second one
You
yet.
just leaked making the second one. You just leaked it. You just leaked making a second one.
Big one.
No, I didn't. I didn't. You're after leaking it now.
You said 2 fire movies. There's only one. And it's not
Yeah.
that fire.
Oh, no, wait. We're on about he was on about Parcel Normal. Oh, God.
Crap.
You're two fine clowns. You are now. Anyway, but yeah, he joined the server, the real Hamburger, and lads, to say it in the kindest way possible, he was an absolute pain in the backside, to say the least. He would
Can I trash this character, please? Can I trash this character? Can I trash this one as well? Like, get out.
Yeah, that's and like he was joining everything, and I swear I had it up to here with him, but then
Yeah.
lads, something changed. I remember one night on a call, and like this was also in 2022, but this was later, obviously, as you may know, and there's yeah, well, what I was saying to him was that. We were talking, I think, and we were talking about Andrew Tate, and I'd honestly say, for me, like that was the point when I clicked with him, and I don't know, lads, like, but I think because yeah, it is a key part of the relationship, like, but what happened between you two, like, what made you two click?
Oh,
Wait, could I, to be able to explain, actually, I think it'd kind of help explain if I gave the viewers some background, if you're okay with that.
You know what? I will finish. I'll just finish a little bit. The only thing I want to finish now, lads, is that and apologies as well. We've got another guest, George. You know what, George? Come up on the stage, my friend.
there we go.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
George.
Can
Sorry
you
for
hear
the
me?
hold up.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's all good. I was getting food anyway.
Oh, that's fine then, isn't it?
Yeah. There's some great banter going on in the chat. Anyway, hey, chat. Can we get some W's? Yeah, but
I can't see the chat nowhere. I might just disappear. Give me a sec.
In the chat.
Oh, W.
W, there we go. We got the chain.
Yeah, Dub's in the chat, my friends.
Get your sister to stop dabbing. Oh, she stopped. Okay, it's fine.
yeah. If you, yeah, okay. But yeah, if I'm to just finish there, like then then like while we were on a different project originally, we eventually I invited these two friends like who the real hamburger and cheesy axe had become good friends themselves. Like I invited them on to work on my Sonic series, which I had planned for Sonic the Hedgehog TLSMS. And lads, I'll tell you, I originally envisioned a very cheap and generic show where Sonic and the gang would battle against Eggman in very generic episodes, and then they'd maybe have
Guys.
Shadow for one guest appearance. But yeah, then when these two came in, I was like, I gotta step up my game instantly. So yeah, but now while season one of TLS Mess isn't the perfect season, it definitely benefited from these two coming in, I think is fair to say. But now I think it's fair to give these two a bit of background on their relationship and how kind of how the whole trio came to be. And my voice is also killing me, so I'll need a rest.
Fair enough,
I
fair
think
enough.
maybe we should all have like our perspective how we all sort of met. I mean, I'd
Do you
be
want to go
happy to
first
start.
then?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, sure.
Right, so I think some background is needed. I used to run a Wallace and Gromit TikTok account, right? And I also used to be very, very interested in lost media, especially like Wallace and Gromit, Arden related lost media. So the first one I met out of, Brickoligist and the Real Hamburger was was Brickoligist. Yeah, as he said, I was just posting around. So I was trying to get some attention for the Shaun the Sheep like Lost Pilot. So I put it on the Shaun the Sheep Reddit, and he joined. I was like, oh, huh. And in all honesty, I felt like this guy looks a bit strange, but like, yeah, if he helps, I don't really mind. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I was like, huh,
Very
this is
offensive.
this guy seems interesting. Anyway, so we get talking like I don't know, we didn't talk much. Then I think it was I'd been seeing like crossover projects and I was like, huh, I want to do my oh no, I know what I was. I was watching a video about lost media, and like this is a while ago, but for any of the UK viewers, which is probably very minimal, there was a big crossover for I think it was Comic Relief or one of the Queen's Jubilee, and I had all like the classic like British characters like kids characters like teaming up to help
Oh,
the Queen
is
find the
it Peter?
glasses.
It's Peter K singing it.
No. It was another thing. It had like people in live action suits. It was like they all teamed up to try find the Queen's glasses, and I was like, huh, maybe I should
Huh.
do that, but with like stop motion characters. And so I said, sure, I've got a fairly sizable, account on TikTok. Like, why not? Let me try this. So anyway, yeah, I go to try it, and I put a thing on. Say, yo, I'm making this project. It's got Arbon in it. Here's my Discord link. And I'm like, huh, I want to drum some attention. So I put it on a Wallace and Gromit server, and I put it on Shaun the Sheep server. And then Brickoligist, he joins and he auditions for Shaun the Sheep, and I can still remember being really excited about him auditioning in the car with my mum. And I remember playing it to her like on max volume because I was so excited about it. And that's something I don't think I've ever told him actually. But yeah, and
We'll
then
find a new
right
thing
here's the
yesterday.
story with yeah, here's the story with the
Yeah.
real hamburger. So he had been. He was a bit of a fanboy for my account, to be honest, from what I can tell.
Oh, a
I might be
boy
I'll
wrong on
explain
this.
that in a bit. Yeah.
But yeah, so he joined my server, and basically every single character like every single one he tried to voice, and he just never, yeah, he just never really got it for me. But then the thing is, the only reason he even got like his first role in the first place is because I felt bad for him and I created another role that he could be.
Oh.
I never told you that. I'm sorry.
No, you have.
You know,
You said it to me 4 times. You told me
yeah,
four times.
more from. Well, yeah. Anyway, and then but then anyway, then someone dropped out, and I was like, huh, no, I need to audition for Wallace, and after missing so many times, he kind of struck gold as his Wallace
Yeah.
voice, and you see in one of Wallace yeah, and
Yeah.
and that's how I remember it. And we ended up just sort of beginning to talk more and more. We never really. I think the start of all us being like true friends, I think was sort of September 2023. I actually for me and the hamburger. I mean, I had that relationship because I had the relationship, but it became more friendly. I think like last year and the months before, which is why the amateur animators channel started. And yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, nothing me talking. It's the Riddler's
It's
turn.
my turn. It's my turn. Hooray!
Well,
so-
George. Sorry, just before you go and speak, really, and we would George, who is our latest member
yeah.
to the amateur animators group, we will be given an exclusive interview with him because these right here, aren't you, George?
Wow, an exclusive interview.
Well, it's not exactly exclusive because it's live to the whole world, but anyway. Okay, you can go ahead there. You can go ahead there, really, Riddler.
Oh right. Yeah. So how I kind of turned up was I remember one night I just finished playing on my VR with my friend, and
Obviously.
yeah, there's a bit of a thing with me in the VR, as you'll later find out. I got off my VR and I remember is I was looking through Wallace and Gromit because I'm the meme of Wallace just hammering for like an hour straight. I saw that. I'm like, oh, hang on a second. I looked on TikTok and I found Alex the Cheesy Axe's account, and I thought, oh, I'll drop him a follow. He seems decently big. He seems like quite cool. And then I started getting really into Argon after that. And so one night I'm just laying in bed, as someone casually does, and I see he's gone. It seems, but yeah. Anyway, oh no, he's here. Uh, he put a countdown up. It was like 7 o'clock tonight, and then I fell asleep and I missed it by 3 hours. So
You never
That
mentioned
is
that though.
absolutely crazy.
That is average random behaviour now.
yeah, and I woke up because I had a nightmare. And I usually don't have
Oh,
nightmares, but
shiver
I
me
think
little timbers.
it must have been about the thing because it was a nightmare about countdown. I don't know why I had a nightmare about countdown, but it was a nightmare about countdown. And so I woke up.
What the song was like ding 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 dun
No,
dun
it
dun.
was just I was looking. Yeah, no, it was just a countdown clock, and I slowly saw it tick down. I'm like, oh god, what was that? Anyway, I woke up and I looked on my phone. I clicked on my phone, and I remember. Wait a second, that guy was doing something. Like, open my phone. I'm like scrambling to open my phone. I literally drop it about twice. I scrambled to open my phone, and there it was, the goal, the beauty, and it said, "I'm now officially announcing," and I had like this little build up, Aardman Universe, and I had this like PNG of Wallace and Gromit next to each other.
I mean,
And so he
that's
put
just
it.
stop motion universe actually.
No, it didn't actually. I didn't think. No, when I joined, it was called Aardman Universe because I think I saw it and I fell back
Yeah.
asleep. I saw the
I
link. I
think-
fell back asleep and I joined, and you'd made the decision to change it over to Argon Universe. I'm like, oh, whatever. So I joined it,
Oh, fair enough.
and I see there the first thing I see open up is Brickoligist Animations has got the role of Rocky. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see what roles I can get, and I saw Wallace. I'm like, oh, I gotta try for Wallace, and I go to school and I completely forget about it again, which is a reoccurring theme, as you'll soon find out as well. I completely forgot about it, and the role was taken, and I'm like, right. So, I remember that night very specifically. It was Mr. Cheesy Axe went, "Does anyone want to call?" And obviously, the Brickologist also went, "Yeah." And so I thought, do you know what? I need to start talking to more people. I need better self-confidence. And so I joined the call, and I was sat there for about. I'm sure I was sat there for about half an hour silent until I think Brickologist asked me, "What are you doing here?" And I go, and I can't remember what I said, but like I know he asked me something, and then that was about it. So I was there for a while. I basically did nothing except, obviously, as you know, tried to audition and audition and audition. Which from these two perspectives obviously sounds like a bit of a nightmare. And obviously, no, not obviously, but Brickologist and Cheesy Axe over here did ask to call quite often as well. And so I tried to join as often as I could. And I remember it was the one fateful night. I can't remember if it was a Wednesday or a Tuesday, but all I remember is I joined and I missed. Oh no, it was Tuesday because I missed my kickboxing, and I joined Brickologist. And I can't remember the conversation, but Brickologist said it's about Andrew Tate. So we started talking. Then I think the next day, Cheesy Axe joins, Brickologist leaves for a bit, and I start talking to him. And then we all started getting this little loop. And then, so why me and Cheesy Axe had quite a strong friendship. Brickologist went for a couple of months, and so this one fateful day, I think it was summer. It was in the summer. Yeah, it was in the
Oh, that's before
summer.
summer.
He just asked me to. Was it before? Oh well, yeah. Oh, it might be. Oh, it was spring because he asked me to play. Cheesy asked me to play Fortnite, and it was OG, and we both played some Fortnite, and we just kept playing from then on. And I met all his friends, and I think I met George, for that as well.
No, you
And
wouldn't.
then,
He doesn't play.
oh no, maybe it was oh, it was Oompa Loompa. Yeah, it was Oompa Loompa.
I'm pretty
And
sure I
then
met.
he introduced me to.
I'm pretty
Hold
sure I
on a
met
minute.
Hamburger at some point somehow.
I think it was on the Harry Hill. There was going to be like a private group once.
Oh, Harry Hill.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah. To continue the story, we got Cheesy got really into archiving, and then some of the stuff happened. I'm not going to go into that, and then we did. I think no. Before that, we decided to write Harry Hill 2. We wrote Harry Hill 2, and I wrote I Don't Like Being Scared thing, and Cheesy went for a bit. I started talking to Brickologist a bit more because we brought Brickologist back. Because I put a comment saying, "Oh, are you gonna finish the SMS?" And that was his only goal, to finish the SMS. At that point, we got it finished. We started talking. Cheesy was kind of gone, not gone. We weren't doing Harry Hill as much, so I started talking to Brickologist a lot more. And then, yeah, that's kind of how I can't remember. I think I mentioned before we should do like a group or something like that. But and then, like overall, we all decided, oh yeah, let's maybe amateur animators, and that's kind of my side of the story.
Yeah.
It initially just started off as a group chat name, didn't it?
Yeah. But it was
Yeah.
it was coined, but I coined the name, I think.
I know I made the logo.
Well, this is that is very ironic now. That's how it ended up going from a Brickologist animations origin story to an amateur animator's origin
story. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what now, like, and lads, I would be talking about more Brickologist animation stuff, but I don't think it's fair, as we have the latest member of our group, George, here, and like George, we've been. Yeah, I will say, lads, I've been very poor. I just haven't had the time to go on the account, to be honest with you, lads. And yeah, so I think it's fair, in all honesty, we give George an exclusive interview, and yeah. So George, what's your story like? What's your background? What's your origin? What have you worked in for us? And yeah, go ahead there.
Well, so earlier you were talking about how you all kind of met. But mine's probably the simplest. I simply was friends with Cheesy Axe at school. And I remember how I met him as well, and it was really random. So I was on the playground one day, and I was alone. I can't remember why. I think it was like year 4. And he came over, and we just started talking about Santa Claus.
American friendship at a moment.
I remember the first time I like properly talked to you. It's because you were playing that weird game with the gate, and I was like, "Yo, can I play this?" And I do remember one of our first conversations was about like a bit of it, like your mom getting you a video about Santa Claus.
Yeah, it was those. you could get like personalized messages from Santa
Yeah,
Claus.
that's what it was.
that's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah. And yeah, we went to the same school after that, and the rest is history. And then he introduced me to you two, I guess, and then I just joined the group. Not much else to it, really.
I
Well,
think there's
He
a
had
bit
no
more to it,
audition.
to be honest.
come on, yeah, there's
There's a bit
plenty more
more.
said. But what about Harry Hill too, George? What about
Oh.
what about your introduction to the two of us? Like, there's plenty more. So go ahead there.
I mean, yeah, if we want to delve deeper into it, I suppose, yeah, Cheesy Axe said he was going to be doing a Harry Hill 2. He talked about some other projects before that. I think it was Wallace and Gromit, The Grand Revenge. He talked to me about that, but I didn't have any involvement with that at all. But
No, that's Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, then he told me he was making a Harry Hill 2. And he got me to watch Harry Hill 1, which didn't disappoint, I have to say. There was a lot of actors in there that, yeah, I'm quite fond of. And yeah, I did the voice of Nan.
Okay. Yeah. All right, if you're not gonna say the extra details,
I've probably forgotten.
Okay, I'll say them. I think the only reason that George is with us now is because of Harry Hill 2, because there was actually no one who wanted to do that. Like, I was trying so hard to find someone, and just no one would.
Yeah.
And I was like, I might as well ask you. You might be interested. And then you blew everyone away with your brilliant voice. So,
yeah.
And then it kind of went on from there.
Yeah, I honestly just forgot about that. My memory isn't the greatest when I need it to be.
Anyway, I think we should. What were we talking about? What was your next question, Brickoligist, before that started?
Yeah, two questions.
Nah, I think the other one then is so lads, obviously George has been in Harry Hill 2 there as he played Harry's nan, isn't it, lads?
Yeah, Nan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then as well as just to give a little bit of background, on how I met George, like there was a bit of it was a bit dicey in the group, I'd say, at that time, right? Because there was, I'll tell you, lads, like there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff about the group that it was a little bit tough on certain members, you could say, like, and I remember I wasn't exactly thrilled about the idea of George joining, but I will say that I got on I got on with him. Like, I'd say probably he'd probably be the best I'd probably get on with consistently, but yeah, it's not fair to say that entirely as well, because I've known these two a lot longer than I've known George. But yeah, then then Cheesy Axe, he comes up to me and says, my friend would like to play a role in your Sonic series. And I say yes out of kindness. But like I'm worried, lads, because I thought TLSMS was the TLSMS roles were taken. And but no, thankfully, because of let's say a private fondness the Riddler and I have of Sonic movie character Wade Whipple, I write him into the universe, and I decided that George should be the man to play him. And when I heard him in Hidden Tension, lads, I think it's fair to say his voice did not disappoint.
I'd like to hear that.
Oh, I just realized
I agree with that.
I should have wrote a post-credit scene for Wade Ripple in episode 5. That would have been so good. Never mind.
Yeah, your script's too big anyway. But
yeah.
Well, what now? We should I should move on to more Brickoligist animation stuff myself. So okay, so lads, do you want my viewers? I think you'd be particularly interested to hear the story, but yeah, I think I should give a little bit of history on the new Avengers saga, as it was kind of the reason.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, lads, okay, so so on Silver Centurion content, lads, my first ever video was of it was a recreation of a Marvel scene. It was 4 FPS now, lads, so it was poor enough.
That wasn't regular.
But yeah, there was that, and that was my first video on Silver Centurion content. It was a John Walker kills Flag Smasher, if I remember correctly, and that video is up on YouTube. And just before I move on as well, lads, like I had second thoughts about reconsidering the date of the birthday bash, because like my anniversary on Silver Centurion content's gonna be in a month's time in March, where I'll be 4 years doing YouTube, which is absolutely monumental. Like, and I don't know, probably the biggest thing with me has been the consistency that I have always been doing the same thing. Like, it's just moving on to different channels. But yeah, so and like, lads, I've always been a Marvel fan as well. So going back to the Marvel story, it was kind of natural for me to be making, Marvel stop motions. Like, I'd make a Marvel fight scene of this, I'd make a Marvel fight scene of that. Like, it was fairly generic, and it wasn't high quality. Like, it was very low quality, a lot of it. Like, but yeah, that was kind of, that's like the starting point. But it's not really that even. It's more like a prelude, I'd say. So kind of the start of it was when I made a recreation, I think in May, of the full Marvel Studios 2008 movie Iron Man, like kind of a story. And before Cheesy Axe says anything here, it is not going public, not yet.
I have one thing to say about it. Well, I'm gonna say a quote. What was the name of the character? The evil guy is like, this guy tried to kill me. Can you just say the name?
This guy, the Stain just tried to kill me, Rhodey. What? That's unusual.
That's unusual.
Yeah, it is very unusual when someone tries to take your heart out, lads, isn't it?
I mean, I watched the full thing, and the fact he's not publishing it just shows he doesn't care about his audience. He's denying them of one of the best productions I've ever seen in my life. Like,
I think what he's saying is Alex is just really, really wanting a good giggle.
Excuse me?
You want? Sorry, Cheesy is just really, really wanting a good giggle. That's all.
Well, I'm not. I can't cut that, lads.
I'm sorry. I said that. You guys. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
okay,
know you say my name anyway. Like, yeah, you said my name about 4 times. So.
Well, but before anything gets more heated here, lads, let's move on. So, with the Iron Man stop motion, it was kind of like my first awakening, and just a quick interjection here as well. One of the first things I had done in my Iron Man stop motion was, I started using colored backgrounds, like for the blue sky and a purple sheet to represent the night. So that was another kind of big moment for the overall quality of my videos as well. But then I decided that because I was very unhappy with Iron Man's death in Avengers Endgame, that I'd make an alternate universe called the New Saga, where it was a completely it'd be like a completely different take on the story in Endgame and what happened after that. Now the new Avengers Saga, lads, it's not exactly what it once was. Like, it was once an alternate continuation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe storyline. However, it kind of morphed into my own thing. Like, it's a completely different universe and take on the characters in the first place. But anyway, there was I decided I'd do that, and the first stop motion I'd make would be called The New Avengers: The Return of Iron Man. It's a fantastic title choice, am I right, lads?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Peak.
Yes. So I said to myself, that's going to be the name, and then I wrote the plot of it as well on Google Docs, and yeah, it was I honestly say that I don't think it was bad for the time for the time now, but yeah, I think it's a solid story in all fairness. Like, and it was the first stop motion I'd ever done in 12 FPS as well. Like, and yeah, the New Avengers. It was that was kind of the starting point, but you know. I remember I had vastly different plans like for it because I remember originally that before the break that I would have only done a second New Avengers movie. There would have been no episodes for the seasons, like, but that kind of changed when I came back to doing stop motion in December, and yeah, I decided that it was going to be more season centric now, and there'd be a New Avengers saga film at the end to end it off. But yeah, and but I will say, lads, you know, one of these two, the cheesy acts in particular, they're like, but you know, my stop motions, like those, a lot of the New Avengers stop motions from around the time have questionable quality, to say the least.
Mm.
And I do think these two agree on that. Like, and you know,
Mhm.
in all fairness to them, they're not very good. Like, and they're completely different even to the what I have now with the New Avengers universe. So yeah, that's kind of the New Avengers. That's the New Avengers starting point anyway. But if I'm to add to that, lads, so I think yeah. Do I even need to give an introduction to this point to Lego Iron Man Hammered Hero, the most successful Brickoligist animations long form stop motion in history?
Uh, what is it?
Lego
Armored Hero?
Iron Man Hammered Hero.
Lego Mid Iron Man Mido, more like. Ha ha ha.
Cheesy X can be kicked off the stage, lads, for our like, yeah.
Yeah, Iron Man. If I was to say something about Iron Man Armored Hero, well, Brickologist and Cheesy are having their little
He's
squabble.
gone.
Well, there we go, lads.
There
There
go,
we
he's
go.
back. Well, what I will say is, in recent history, it is probably one of the best to come out of any of us at this point
Yeah,
in
I mean,
time.
being serious.
So,
See, I was actually going to go about saying, actually, no, yeah, it is really peak. But now I've just been kicked off the stage.
Yeah, but
it's,
don't worry.
yeah, it's only a bit of
It's its
banter
own
anyway, innit?
taste,
So,
yeah. But what I was
so
gonna
yeah.
say, lads, is that I don't know, like I don't think I'll ever have a definitive starting point for when like I had the idea for a greater Iron Man movie. But I think that using some basic knowledge here, I might be able to put together a story or a timeline. So the first, like I obviously talked about there my Lego Iron Man recreation film, like, and Iron Man is my favorite Marvel character, and I play him as well in the new Avengers saga. Like, so there was always bound. I think if you think about it, there's always bound to be something greater or ties to him than to some of the other characters. Like, and it is important that I used him as well, like, because to be honest, if it weren't for him, the whole saga wouldn't have been started in the first place. So I think it's fair to say that I was always going to do something with him, but that something did shift, like, and in 2022, kind of after New Avengers Saga, I was making a project called Iron Man Recovery, but yeah, then the title actually shifted at this stop motion. Like it was originally Iron Man Recovery, it was called. Then it was Iron Man in the Streets of Rage. But finally, lads, and I guarantee most of you will know this title, Iron Man Target Bullseye was the eventual name I settled on, and it's a fairly basic enough stop motion. Like it's debuted the origin of probably the most popular New Avengers villain at that point, Lester Bullseye. But yeah, I can't say enough. Like it's the same as a lot of my old New Avengers stop motions. It was kind of questionable in quality, the original anyway. But then, lads, in 2023, kind of when I'm in the middle of making Sonic TLSMS is the other thing to consider here. I remade Lego Iron Man Target Bullseye, and I think definitively everything before that point is a prelude or kind of background information. But I think, let's say, kind of when I did the remake of Lego Iron Man Target Bullseye, I think that's definitively when I said I'm making a Lego Iron Man film. So then like I kind of started the script for it, and lads, while scripts do tend to shift around, like I will say that Lego Iron Man Armored Hero was probably not too different from the first draft I have of it, but that first
Yeah.
draft is long gone. I will say it's been yeah, unfortunately, it's lost to the sands of time.
Okay.
No,
I
you can
mean,
still get it, Brickoligist. Remember I told you about the whole thing on Google Docs, where you
Yeah,
can recover old versions if you really want to, but I don't think you want to, from what I can hear.
yeah. Nah, I don't even think there's a need, like, because what I don't think it's served anything at this point other than kind of what I was writing at the time. But then, lads, and this is kind of a topic I've dodged, but it's a topic that and I think actually this is probably the right time to speak about it. It's a topic I've dodged since I've come back to YouTube, and like it's even kind of a topic I've dodged among my friends. Like, so the topic is this: the big break. And when I say big break, lads, I don't mean a breakthrough that absolutely changed everything for me. By look at my channel, like I'd say I've had multiple big breaks nearly. But when I say, I literally mean like the time I took off between, I think it was June 2023 till I think it was October. And like, lads, you see, it's a sensitive topic, lads. I will say to those of you who are watching and wanting to know, like, it's very, very difficult for me to talk about. Like, even these two, like, even the real hamburger and cheesy X, like, whenever they've tried to question me on the reason why, like, now, actually, I can say, in all fairness, I did have a few factors. Like, firstly, I think fatigue was a big one. I think I was, I don't think, like, I'm not like I am now, where now it feels as though, like, I'm the workhorse in the group that has absolutely limitless energy. But I think I was heavily fatigued at the time, and I kind of got sick of developing episode 5 of TLSMS because it was going through a development trouble, I think. So yeah, there was that. There was kind of. I was also worried, like, I was kind of at a bit of a reconsideration about this, Scarlight, because I was wondering, is this truly legal? What I'm doing, like, is this right? And I know it's childish sounding, lads, but it is. It does all play a role in the end, ultimately. So, and I don't think any of my friends here would scoff at that. But yeah, I'll never. There was one big reason, lads, for it, but I'll never give the big reason because it was it's very sensitive to talk about, lads, to say the least.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Understandable.
well, lads, if like the Riddler said himself earlier, what happened then was I was doing a bit of New Avengers saga, like, and lads, I'll say this as well. I was serious. I think I was badly off form in when I was making, let's say, Bucky Barnes and Kate Bishop, United We Stand, the first episode of the New Avengers saga, season 2, and I was just, I wasn't my old self, like, and I was delaying, let's say, my next stop motion, which is War Machine's Most Wanted, by every other week. And nothing seemed to be getting done, lads. And, even here, like, I remember one, like, these two, Hamburger and Cheesy and who is it? Plushy Manic, Mario Plushy Manic in the chat there. They were all
Hmm.
trying to get me back, and I even do remember, like, one comment from you, Cheesy. It kind of pushed me away even a little more, like, because it was very, very offensive, I thought, at the time. So yeah, I
Why
just
she was there?
I wouldn't even say that, to be honest. I wouldn't say it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I couldn't face them, lads, to be honest. But then by some miracle, let's say the hamburger asked me, when is TLS? Are you going to come back to finish TLSMS? And I just think that struck a chord with me, and I was like, huh. This actually was something that touched me, which none of the other comments did. So what I think I remember the response I gave at the time. Give me
I,
a month
I,
or two.
yeah, I've got it here. I asked, yeah, so I asked, like the video, but when will till SMS ending? I didn't do it, and he goes, give me a month or two, and even the Brickoligist wasn't there, but I remember I literally picked up my phone, frantically messaged Deezy, and went, I, I can't say this, but I do remember saying, holy, I think it was like, holy ass, he's coming back, and then that's like the quickest Cheesy's ever answered me back, and he goes, wait, what? And so history was made that day.
Yeah, but even then, lads, it was still, it was a slow process. But thanks to advice from one of my parental figures, you could say, I returned, lads, and it was like it was so interesting to return, because I was worried that everyone was going to be like, "Why did you leave us for so long? You're an awful man. We're not working for you anymore." But no, lads, the opposite. The response is completely opposite to that. Like, and I can't thank you, Hamburger, you Cheesy, Mario Plushie Maniac, Milky Cereal, who at the time voiced Shadow, my family, my gods, and to all of my viewers. I can't thank you enough for all the support you gave me during my return. But yeah, that it was overwhelmingly positive. And lads, I started animating episode 5 in 2023, lads, and one thing I will say, which made episode 5 super easy to return to, was that I had a lot of stuff already made. Like, I had the props, I had the script, I had the lines. I think I only needed to collect one round of lines, and that was from Ryan C. Like, I done, like, you done yours, Hamburger, you done
Mm.
yours, Cheesy, and I done mine. So, like, it was just super easy to return. And as well, I will say, getting the Lego Sonic minifigures was a huge boost, like, because it made the scale a lot more easy. Like, and lads, I'm not sure if many of you guys noticed, but I do think if you notice my Knuckles figure for the time, lads, he's vastly oversized. Like I've actually compared him in height with some of my, Lego big figs or mocks, and he's taller than them. So yeah, I think the minifigures played a big part in that comeback as well. Like, but let me tell you, lads, and it was something I think that something that happened where I just clicked on the animation again, and like I think you were some lads about my. I called it my spark, lads. That my spark had been deeply like it was to the point that it was almost out. But like I'd say to describe what the returning to TLSMS did to the animation spark, like, or to the workhorse spark as well now, which I think is a fair name for it. It was basically like the two lads had come along here and poured a massive heap of gasoline on the candle, and it just instantly reignites and it burns brighter than ever. I finished TLSMS and I got back on form as well with the new Avengers saga as for a once in a lifetime moment, lads, the new Avengers saga actually started to produce good episodes. Shocking, am I right?
Yeah.
But yeah, then back to my Iron Man film, lads, and I know that there was a long enough break from it, but I think that background is important, like, and I did need to address it with you guys. So thank you, and yeah, back to Lego Iron Man Average Hero then, which was so when once I'd done, let's say, kind of, I had a few projects in July lined up actually. One was with Mario plus Maniac here, and another was with one of the real hamburgers friends, like who at the time they thought he would be a fantastic voice actor, but yeah,
Yeah, the crowd goes wild.
yeah, he didn't suffer a pretty fate in the end, unfortunately, and
I mean,
yeah,
he didn't die. He just didn't play the character. You make it sound like he died or
No,
something.
I'm still in
fuck
contact
politics,
with him. He's,
it was
he got busy
I might
as
get
well.
into that later, lads. I might the TLSMS cast drama. I might get into that more after this. But yeah, for Lego Iron Man, I was hero anyway. Like, lads, I was writing the scripts the whole time I returned. That, like, I was doing a little bit there, I was doing a little bit there. Like, I worked through Sonic TLSMS, the New Avengers Saga Season 2 Part 1, and what was it, the Knuckles project, and the Real Hamburgers unfinished Sonic Underground series. So yeah, I'd plenty of work, like, lads. But what happened with these two projects anyway was that due to reasons which I don't want to specify, they both ended up being cancelled, unfortunately. But the one positive of it, I will say, it left me with a lot of free time on my hands. And because I'd finished the script just in time on my holidays, when I returned home, it was straight into Lego Iron Man Average Hero, lads. And I just went straight in, absolutely no holding back. Like,
Is that
Yeah,
a
that's a nice
reference?
reference.
Is that a reference? Is that a reference?
yeah, I guess. But yeah, I went straight in, and I was animating this, like, and it was I think, yeah, the real hamburger was I invited him as Bruce Banner on it, and his my brother was the same. It was it was a close enough film. Like, I developed it with only 5 people, which I think it may shock some of you guys to learn that fact only. But yeah, even then, a good majority, I'd say most of the other work was other than voice acting, and even with the voice acting, that was all done by me. But anyway, I like, it was kind of we weren't getting on really well at the time, like, but I will say, since Cheesy had come back, like, he had been doing a little bit, he had been giving a little bit of support for Lego Iron Man Irish Hero, which was it was a good sign to me, like, because I was always given I felt as though up until that point I was always getting bad responses, but then a pivotal moment happened between us lads where I will say the relationship in particular with Cheesy Axe and I brightened up immensely. We were kind of it was a difficult period, I'd say, as well for some people because as many of you know, the real hamburger was obviously forced into cancelling. You couldn't get Sonic Underground done, and Harry Hill seemed like an impossible project at the time.
Yeah,
Would I be right in
it's
saying that? Timothy?
Oh bloody hell! That project. I mean, yeah, it was. It always seemed like an impossibility, to be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, then lads, I kind of I posted the trailer of Lego Iron Man Amber's Hero, lads, and it was it did okay. I don't think it did the as best as it could have, but like it had interview traction and like it had gotten people mildly excited for it, I'd say. But I will say I don't I think with a lot of things about Lego Iron Man and Hammer's Hero, I think a lot of people got blown away by it. Probably,
I mean,
yeah.
I actually, I actually have something to add to this. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
when you first did it. I remember like you're hyping on saying, I finished it in like September, it's going to come out in December, and you ended up pushing it forward.
Mm.
I'm like, there's no way it's going to be that good. Like, I refuse to believe it's going to be that good. It can't be. I'm like, oh, it is.
It is, yeah.
Now there is debates like whether it is my greatest and even there are parts to the story, lads, which they've been done better. Like for example, I'd say emotion and overall story. Not story, but emotion. I'd say is handled overall better in Cheesy Axe's episode of Sonic TLSMS. What's it called? The Echoes of Fear,
I
and as well, it's a worse action film than the New Avengers 4. Like I rewatched New Avengers 4 a few days ago there, and the action was unreal in that film. Probably the best ever action I've done. But I will say, lads, the reason I still rank it as my greatest ever film is because it had the best everything overall to it, and critically and commercially, it smashed some achievements like for you two you know for would you give a bit of background as well, Cheesy, like to what you thought of a lot of my projects at the time?
uh,
Cheesy.
could I add something
Hello,
quickly about
hello. Can you hear me?
hello, there we go.
Yeah, but we'll let sorry, apologies, hamburger, but we'll let you go ahead first anyway. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I think with Iron Man Armored Hero, I don't know if it's the same with Cheesy, but obviously the writing it got like way better. I know I watched
Yeah.
it, and then Cheesy wrote episode 3 of TSNS, and I went, oh, he's just set the bar higher, and I think from there I'm hoping it's kind of all pushed where we're going. I think it's quite a big narrative, not a narrative push, but quite a big push for all of us. I thought Iron Man Armored Hero was.
Yeah, but yeah, I was asking you, let's say there, Cheesy, would you give kind of what your opinion on what you thought of a lot of my projects at the time before Lego Iron Man Hours Heroes?
Gonna be honest, I thought they were all kind of mid. My biggest problem with them was honestly the writing, and yeah, I thought a lot of it was awkward moments. A lot of it. A recent criticism. Sorry, I know this is gonna run. I actually thought of recently was like, what? Oh, give me a sec.
Yeah, we're having technical difficulties at a moment.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Is he frozen? Has he?
I think it might be one of his animals.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
They're great though.
Yeah.
They're great and they're really sweet and cute.
You
They're also
think
very annoying. Like they always come up and just disturb. So that's probably what they are doing. That's what it is.
Yeah, but
Am I still up to talk?
Oh yeah.
Oh, can you guys give me a sec? Sorry, I have to leave and rejoin.
Yeah, fair enough.
fair enough.
Well, yeah. Well, you think Cheesy's script is better really in the episode 3?
Oh, I had a massive freak out because of episode 3. That's why the script for episode 5 took me ages. I went, oh, I'm a hero, said a goodbye. I'll try to do that, and he just went, boom, and I went, oh no. So it was I think in some ways it's better, but in other ways it's worse. Like I could say the action it isn't as good as I'm a Hero, but again it wasn't focused on the
Yeah.
action.
But, so what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say, Cheesy? Back to you.
I was going to say, basically, a lot of my criticism, I think I've kind of realised what it was. It's a lot of the characters, they kind of felt like off. They kind of felt like they'd act like uncharacteristically, I think, which would lead to a lot of awkward moments.
Yeah.
That was my main criticism, I think.
He is right, lads. You know, if even going on the Iron Man example earlier, and that is a few years back, but that you know, if you were to picture that, let's say, toned down a little bit, kind of an average episode of Brickoligist animations up until that point. Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, the first example that springs to mind, like publicly, it's kind of in Tennis Mess, Eggman's whole villain thing. It's like he wants to destroy the world, and I kind of think now it just kind of feels like out of character. Like I know he's like evil and that, but like if any of you played like I don't know Adventure 2 or probably seen the new movie, he wants to conquer the world, but like if he destroys the world, what does he gain? He's not like he's not a nice person, but he's not like an idiot, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, that Cheesy, he is quite right there, lads. You know, it's a lot of the writing was really questionable, and even you know like it's obviously not a perfect film, but yeah, I'm trying to think now what I say probably the thing Iron Man Arrows Hero got right the best was probably the characters, in all honesty. Like you could say what you will about the main plot with Tony's depression, but I think the characters around him are perfect.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
So it is the one. It's one of Cheesy's vocal criticisms about Lego Iron Man Arrow Hero that Tony's depression plot is it unrealistic. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean definitely. But at the same time, it is. I always find it to be unrealistic, which is one of my main criticisms.
But I do think as well, lads. I think the plot it's very idealistic. I think if you told it to certain people, they might do very nice things. But if you told it to other people, they will absolutely rise from the ashes like a phoenix. And yeah, that is it is kind of the main plot I have in a lot of my films, lads. But it isn't explored as heavily as it is in Lego Iron Man Arrows Hero. So I will admit I've always disagreed with the criticism. But besides that, overall, it is I'd say it is probably the best Brickoligist animations film. Like, and it was yeah. Is it still the best amateur animators production, lads? Is it?
Oh,
Oh,
I I think yeah, but I think it's got. I personally believe that Harry Hill 2 is a close second. I don't know if your viewers will, but I'd say it's been close to being taken over, you know. But it's still just. I think it'll be dethroned soon. I think it won't surprise me if it got dethroned this year though.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like,
I mean, for now, yeah, number one. I think it's a nice little. I think if we put it in as developing, I think for the past 3 years of us kind of slowly like building it up. I think Iron Man Armored Hero was probably the peak of the first three, if that makes sense.
but yeah, you see, the debate as well, lads, is like it is gonna eventually get dethroned, like because standards change, things shift, like opinions change, like they evolve, like styles evolve. We'll all evolve, lads. But the one thing, and this is the really important factor: when.
When? Oh yeah.
Is it going to be peaked or the plans? Oh, yeah.
Is
We've already announced that Peach of the Plant 2 is going to instantly dethrone now. Peach of the Plant's going to pull out his AK-47.
Yeah, Peter the Plant.
And he's going to go find Lego Man,
yeah,
Iron Man,
yeah,
whatever he's
yeah,
called, and then go teetering from him.
Yeah, I like the script for Peter Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan 2, a thing that is going to exist.
Really?
I found one big problem today though, actually, because I was gonna do some filming. Because I thought, oh, this is quite a nice lighting, and there's one scene in it where we need a specific lighting, and I realized I don't know where Zebra. I have like the rest of them, but Zebra's just gone. I think
Are
he's
you
under my
joking?
bed somewhere. Nope. Luckily we've done scenes where he isn't in, but I thought, oh, I might as well get all those scenes done. It'd be so much quicker, and then boom. So I think he's just under the mess of my bed, but luckily, they've just gone off their half term. This is actually all their last days of half term, and I'm going into mine. So luckily, I've got time to sort it out, and I don't want to. I really want to aim. I don't think there'll be enough time to, but I really want to aim for next Saturday, but I don't think that'll end up happening. But I do want to aim for that. I think I've just over pushed myself again. I think so. But yeah, it will be finished.
Do you think you will be better, Ridian? I mean, sorry, hamburger.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, but like, well, lads, I do guess that, like, lads, it's not going to remain the best project forever. Like Arm and Ours Hero, it's still got a 9, lads. It's still got a 9, and I think there'll always be something special about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If in 10 years' time, it'll be a classic banger.
Yeah, I think in 10 years' time we'll be looking back. We'll be sat on like the thing like this again for like the anniversary or something, and because I think by then we'll at least all have a really good project out. And I think what we'll do is rank them all, but then like best and whatnot.
Well, every single one we've ever done, that sounds fun as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every single one, like humble beginnings, and then like fair through and forth. I think so. Yeah, I think we're gonna start getting on that ground.
Hear me out, Alex. Hear me out. What if we had like a ranking for each section, and then it goes from that to then we rank it overall, if that makes sense.
Yeah, what what Brickoligist projects, Cheesy Act projects, Hamburger projects.
It's like over the period
George
we
project.
set out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you? So I'd say our first period would be they're literally called the amateur period. I'm just gonna call it, where I think it begins with. I want to say it begins with TLSMS all the way, and it finishes at
Harry Hill
maybe
2?
Harry Hill. Yeah, Harry
Yeah, I
Hill
think
2,
that's
yeah.
done.
Or New Avengers 4, did Brickoligist say?
No, because Harry Hill 2 slips in the end of the year. I think it should count as the end. Because because think about it. Think about it.
Wait, hold on.
That is
Which one came first?
that's the
Hold
last
up.
project that we started.
The last project.
No, sorry. That's the last project that was started in the year 2023.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was.
but
It
it
was the
released in
last.
2024.
Yeah.
I didn't start
Yeah.
New Avengers 4 till September now.
No, I'm on about.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just on about
you
the
had it
releases. I'm not on about
conceptualized.
like when they started. I'm not on about when they started. I'm on about when they released.
Oh,
I
yeah, fair.
class them as finishes when they
Thing
were
is-
released.
Also, I think we should just count the whole of 2024 because if we're counting the Avengers, I think Harry Hill 2 should be counted as well.
Yeah,
Maybe we're trying to
no,
do that in the
Brickoligist would be
rankings.
right. No, actually, I think Brickoligist.
I think from the start of TLSMS to end of 2024, I think that should be the period we're going with.
Yeah. New Avengers 4 was the 23rd. Harry Hill was the 20th.
Yeah. Oh, so literally like a few days
was
after.
it?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh,
New
sorry.
Avengers 4
I'm
then
just such
started
an idiot.
in-
I thought we went out in November. I'm so sorry. We literally just argued over nothing that whole time because I was being an idiot.
That's why it's fine. It's fine. So
Wait, hang on a second, even here. TLSMS episode 1 of season 2 was technically the last project of the year.
Oh my God.
No, it came out on the 1st of January.
Wait, shall I check
Wait.
that now?
Wait,
Lance,
Jack.
that'd be crazy if it was.
Started with Sonic TLSMS and ended with Sonic TLSMS.
That is actually. Yeah, hold on a second there, lads.
Oh, that was the last project, wasn't it? I'm sorry, my bad. No, you're right. I'm getting the
No,
dates
it's
mixed up.
fine.
It was.
I'm holding a second there. It was I'm just checking the date here now. Yes, the 29th of December 2024.
Well, I think
That's
I have an idea. What if our next era is called the George era? Because this is when George is starting to become an amateur animator.
Yeah, I'm down for that. We can call it that.
Yeah, there we go. The George
What
era.
do you think, George?
I mean, I don't know how involved I'm going to be, but it just depends on how involved I'm going to be, which is I'm going to try and be as involved as I can. But I mean, if you're just in the George era, and I have no involvement at all,
Yeah.
You already are involved.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I think
it depends how much involvement.
I mean,
like to what extent.
you sat here on StreamYard with us for what, an hour and a half. I think that's a pretty good involvement so far. So you know.
Oh,
You've been really involved for like. When did we interview you? I think it was before Harry.
November.
It was after Harry L2, wasn't it?
November.
Yeah, November.
Oh, that's been ages. It felt like just a week ago.
Oh, really? Wow.
I thought it was after Harry Hill came out. I'm clearly wrong.
Yeah, but we're just finding stuff out tonight. We didn't even realize. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, but look, like I said, you know, I'm looking there. If I think, you know, lads, that if I'm to say one thing, obviously just to finish the whole conversation on Lego Arm and Irish Hero, maybe move on to something else, then it is it's gonna get the throne at one point. Like whether by who or what film it gets the throne by is another completely different question, and when is another very important factor as well. But I think it's fair to say it'll always be 8.8 to 9 out of 10 rated, and I think that it'll always be on my Mount Rushmore of best ever films produced as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, that's like Warren Manarva's Hero, lads, and yeah, we actually got through a huge amount of stuff there, and that's let's say starting point with New Avengers, and then to yeah.
Yeah.
Well, lads, you know what? I'm thinking about when, let's say, when this is all gonna end now. This great conversation, but I think that one thing we could do now anyway is talk about some upcoming projects.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Okay,
Picking.
so who would like to start?
Oh, could I quickly speak about episode 5?
Yes, little Riddler, you may.
Yes. So as you did put TLSMS season 2 on a tiny bit of a hiatus, but a tiny bit of time, obviously, and this has been planned for I think 6 months now. 6 months this has been planned, and I've been very excited to do it. Brickoligist had the basis for it. He had the episode basis, and I went, oh, Brickoligist, could I see about writing one of the episodes of TLSMS? He goes, yeah, sure thing, why not? And I took this very specific episode. You'll find out in the episode anyway. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I took this very specific episode, and he went, "Oh, why do you want that one?" I went, "I don't know. I think it'd be a good reflection of how we are at the time." That didn't come to be, but the only other thing I'm going to say about it is I sent the script to Brickoligist, and he said I cooked. So I'm happy with it, and I'm pretty excited for everyone to see it. So.
I'm not going to spoil any of my new projects, actually.
Really, yeah. Aw.
Was it so?
What about you, George?
I mean, there's not much for me to say really. I've started developing a few characters, and for example, today I made 2. Well, I say 2. I made 1 not I'm satisfied with, and then the second one. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. The second one needs some work. Oh yeah.
There's a photo we have. Yeah.
Tweaking.
Mm.
Either way, yeah. So I'm gonna try and make my goal is to make a group of characters, maybe like 4 main characters with some characters on the side, or that might change. I'm not sure. And I want to try and make separate films or projects or whatnot where they are the main kind of group and the main center of the film. But yeah, I'm currently writing something, a film with the characters, but it's nowhere near finished. I've still got a lot to do. I'm not completely satisfied with it all, and I want to make more. Yeah.
Shall we tell them about the short film plan? Actually, I think some of this, in all honesty, I think some of this is kind of pointless because there is literally no one on the stream right now.
Yeah. But hold on a second, lads. I still don't want to end this because I still have something left to pull out. Hold on a second here. Do I hear? Yeah. I know that Well. Funny enough, lads. I think I have it right here for you, but it's not really an it. It's more of a her.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
What up, little chicken or whatever your name is? Chinkin,
Hello,
that's it.
little Brickoligist.
You said chicken, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, this is a legendary interview, exclusive interview with Chicken, who I guarantee all of my audience and you guys will know. But has she ever spoken to? I don't think she's ever given a proper.
No, she came in once while we were speaking, and you've got to see her mic off. But I no, I didn't talk to her. No.
Really,
I
and
think I'm an op.
yeah, I will say hamburger. That's kind of nearly every call, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tell me, did you have any questions for her or what now?
Oh,
Am I not? Am I
do
not?
want to say
Quick
to her.
question. Am I
I
not?
will say to her, she's.
Go on, hamburger. I prefer what's gonna come out of you than cheesy.
I was going to say she's the backbone of the Brickoligist animation channel. You probably wouldn't be able to do most of it without her. So, that's all I want to say to her.
What would you say to that?
Thanks. No offense, George, but who's George?
Oh,
I don't know who you are either. It's fine.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
I'm sorry, I've heard about the other two. I just haven't heard about George.
I mean, I'm assuming
Yeah.
because you're in Brickologist's house, you are his sister.
yes.
Oh.
George, if you ask any more specific details now, I'm removing you from the stage.
That's all you need to know.
Actually, I do have a few things to say. Actually, very important. What do I say? Actually, oh yeah, your voice acting has improved. It's actually pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah. I have told her about your criticisms before, Alex.
So, right, this leads perfectly onto my question: am I an op? Am I an op?
I see why Alex is the op now.
Yeah, yeah. In all fairness to her, she and my dad have always been doing it for me, going strong ever since I started stop motions. So I would like to give a big thank you to her.
I'll
5
give her a
big
clap.
booms.
You're very
Boom,
cheesy.
boom, 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 boom.
Is he always this cheesy?
Do you mean, am I always clowning around like this?
Are you always a bumbleclad?
Oh my days! Go, fried.
That was sad.
Yeah, I got I'm after getting burnt by my sister.
Brother, this guy stinks.
Who's George? Seriously.
Okay. George, could you introduce yourself to my sister?
I mean, you kind of already did it for me. I'm George, and I'm the 4th amateur animator.
And
Do you not
George,
update her or something?
George is like he's like the guy who sits quietly he sits quietly in the corner watching all the chaos unfold in our group wrestling. But he's the
it's the
chillest
great.
guy you'll ever meet.
Bros love his
Wait! I was just like, Brickoligist Animations. Has she seen the Harry Hill movie? Because I know some of your family have.
Ooh,
You watched a little bit, didn't you?
I did. I watched it.
Yeah.
Was it peak? Was it peak?
Indeed, it was. I like the chicken scene.
Oh, the chicken scene is the best scene. After that, the film just it never gets better than the chicken scene, lads. Being honest.
Breaking Bad alternative ending.
Breaking
Yeah,
Bad, lads. She won't even know what Breaking Bad
That's
is.
Breaking Bad.
It's about a show where a guy goes mad.
I've heard a lot of shows where people go mad.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Ask me.
I think that if we weren't doing filmmaking, maybe we'd be doing that.
We'd be cooking.
What, Breaking Bad?
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Okay. Well, let's outline the characters. I think no, hang on. I think either George or Brickoligist would be Walter White. Who do you think would be Walter White? I'm not sure. Meridian, give me some input.
Out of George and Brickoligist, who'd be Walter White? I think Brickoligist be Walter White because he has the motivation to get stuff done.
That's
So.
Family fella, this guy,
George
family
is,
fella. He'd be Hank.
George-
What?
Hank, yeah, Hank. I definitely be
Hank.
Hank.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
No,
Then I guess
George would be Hank.
Walter White.
You gonna interview me?
Oh yeah, true.
Hank.
Oh no, wait. No, I think George would be Jesse. Because he has the.
I'd
will to
be
do it.
Jesse. I'd definitely be Jesse. Don't lie.
Oh, you definitely.
Wait, who would I be?
You wouldn't be built like Jesse though. That's the only thing.
Question: who would I be
What?
then in Breaking Bad?
You'd be my son. No, you'd be Brickoligist's son.
Oh yeah.
No.
Walter Jr. Walter Jr.
I would not be Walter Jr.
You're Walter Jr. No, you'd be so good,
No,
man. You give me some Goodman vibes.
I think I'd be so good, then yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
I
White.
get around stuff pretty easily.
I don't know, sir, lads, but I think from a lot of her work, especially with as Pepper Potts in Lego Iron Man Armor's Hero, I say probably Chicken would be playing Marie Schrader.
Yeah.
Also, Brickoligist, I thought I'd mention this. You know that cancelled Shadow project? I'd be down to restart it with you.
The what? The Thomas
Ooh.
Project.
No, the Shadow.
Awesome.
As long as I get the voice Shadow in it. Because, yeah, I've been practicing.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I think that kind of lines up perfectly for what we need with episode 5 Brickologist.
He's not letting me do it.
Well, Chicken has bugged me here over that. She wants you to ask her a question or two, maybe on, let's say, her voice acting roles in my videos, like, or just some in general.
Oh, I have one. How did you feel about playing Amy in episode 3? Because obviously that was quite I think that was quite different to how the Brickologist usually writes the scripts.
I'd say
Yeah.
my favorite bit was chanting Fiend. But
Fiend!
I felt sort of betrayed when he told me that months of being Amy was just replaced.
Yeah.
But my favorite bit by far was Fiend.
You know the weak chant, Alex. Like,
Yeah.
What she suggested to me is that one of them should start singing Fiend in the background, and it just shifts to that. And while that didn't make it into the official episode, I actually have a blooper of that saved.
Oh.
That would be the episode entirely. Your sister might be the most brainwashed person I've ever met. I'm actually so scared for the future of generations, bro.
That's
Alex, have you talked to yourself in a mirror?
yeah.
Right. I think
Right.
we should all be scared for the future because today, like, our doctors are literally using ChatGPT right now to pass their tests.
Oh, doctor, I'm having a heart attack. ChatGPT, how do you help a man with a heart attack?
Stick 66 cigarettes into his heart that normally fit. Yeah, you know. Do you guys know Google's AI?
No, I wouldn't be familiar with
It's
it.
called Gemini. You might have known. It basically it comes up a lot when you search stuff now. And there was something that someone searched up: should pregnant women smoke? And it said yes. Pregnant women should smoke an average of 50 cigarettes a week.
Oh god.
Wow.
Yeah, that is an absolutely crazy fact. Like, but
Yeah, that's just crazy.
oh, low
Fade.
Well, how do you say it?
It's low, deeper fade.
Who's that? That's my favorite one.
Oh, cheesy.
He's literally me. What can I say? He runs my veins.
To be honest, like when it comes to these lads, George is he is the politest. Like naturally, he is the politest. My sister.
That's
but,
very alpha male of you.
Yes.
but well, for Hamburger, he's the easiest one to talk to. But with Cheesy, he'll get the best laugh out of me, to say the least.
I can kind of tell from the profile picture.
George, I'm putting something in chat for you.
What?
I didn't
Because you
wanna-
put in chat.
It's an in-joke between me and him.
Oh, hold on a
It-
second. You'll be very careful what you put up here because I got the chat up.
Yeah,
Wait,
I can.
does
I
the
can
fact-
look
wait,
back
wait,
at
wait,
it. Good boy, George.
Oh no! Wait, does
Oh, I
this
know
show
what it
up on does the chat show up, like our private chat on here show up on the stream?
It shows up. It shows up all right.
Oh boy, I can see.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
No, not on
Cooks,
the. No,
cooks.
Rolls for real,
the
Brent.
actual. Not on the
Rolls
actual stream. No.
Oh no! On the live stream,
Stage
does it
chat.
show? Does it show when I send this? Like I don't know. Does that go up on the YouTube stream?
No, it's not on the YouTube stream. Don't.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, it's only private to us, I think.
I
no, son of mine is go. Oh,
Oh no!
What?
Cheesy just left, lads.
Oh,
Oh my gosh!
That is actually crazy.
that is okay.
I was expecting something different.
It's Cheesy. What happened?
it's so annoying. Yeah, George. If I told you behind the story behind what I just put in chat, he might not be such an innocent man. Put it like that.
I think I can get the gist of it.
Oh, he did. To be fair, he didn't make the joke, but yeah.
And,
That's really stuck with you, hasn't it? Usually, if I show a meme to a friend, they forget about it within 5 minutes.
yeah.
What the hell? No. What the fuck was that? What was that?
You can't. You just swore. You can't swear on stream.
Guys, no more saying cuss words. It's inappropriate and
And
violent.
violent.
It's violent indeed.
No, everyone shut the fuck
I'm
up.
sorry.
I don't care about swearing anymore. Shut up, little sheepy boy. Look, okay. You can no.
You've
Give me a
dropped
second.
F-bomb a record 3 times. That's never been done in one of our videos before. Out of the projects, out of the normal videos, never.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah, and
no,
your
I-
sister
I-
said
I should-
woo live on stream,
no.
mate.
Oh no,
Mate,
I'm saying it.
I don't think that's more than. Nah. The uwu. It took me out of the room. It took me out of the room. Sorry, it just took me out. It was just why. It was just so why.
The F-bomb 3 times.
Do you think it might be a good time to? Sorry. Do you think it might be a good time to end the birthday bash?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, lads. That's Well, shall I finish it off with some stuff, lads? So like, yeah, all I can say is that I'm so thankful to, let's say, everybody, of my journey, like my family, my God, you three guys, all of the voice actors who ever worked for me, all of the crew who've ever worked for me, and all of my viewers too, who continuously week in, week out support my videos. So I would like to thank all those who showed up to, let's say, the birthday bash tonight to talk with me. So thank you, Hamburger. Thank you, Chicken. Thank you, Cheesy. And thank you, George. And yeah, what a fantastic way to celebrate 3 years of Brickoligist animations. So yeah, thanks for coming, guys. And that's all, folks.
We gotta go now.
Bye.
What's calling?
Goodbye.
Just why, Chicken? Just why?
Oh. Well.